Silence in the midst of chaos is golden and is a strategic way to stand out. Silence in the midst of chaos is golden and is a strategic way to stand out. What do I mean by this? The act of silence is both a tool which you will use to restore your inner peace and also a strategy that shows your inner strength. It's common to think that people who are silent are mostly stupid, maybe they don't know what to say or they are naive, but it's also good for you to think around it, to see the power that there is in silence. Today, I'm going to share how silence fetched me a raise instead of a sack letter. If today is your first time of listening to my channel, I want to warmly welcome you and I want to share with you some of the tips that has helped me to thrive abroad and some of the tips that may also help you wherever you are. So come with me on this journey as we learn how to thrive together. If you're a returning viewer, I want to say thank you and I want you to keep coming back. So this is the story. I once had a job abroad in Canada, to be specific, and from nowhere I was beginning to have all manner of issues from a supervisor who had supervised me for long enough time, and I had very good work relationship with this supervisor. But suddenly it was one problem after the other. First, the problems were not emanating from the fact that I was not competent. In fact, each of the time we have a conversation, she will say, "Oh, you're a fantastic staff, you're really good, I like your managerial skills," and yet I was having problems that I could not explain. So, on this fateful day, I was invited into a meeting with this supervisor and HR, and they tried to say a few things, and before I could say jack, HR said, we are thinking that maybe it's best to let you go. Under the circumstances, a typical normal human being will want to begin to jitter, want to, explain why what HR is saying may not be true. But what did I do? I applied the principles of silence. I used a strategic tool called silence to be able to address the chaos. And guess what happened? I got a raise instead of a sack. Now, what are the tips? What did I do? What will being silent do for you? The first thing is that they were confused. When you're silent in the midst of chaos, you confuse your audience because they expect you to be rattled, to begin to explain. My son will say, explain, you go tired, explain. No, I was quiet. Truly, I didn't understand what they were saying. I searched my brain. There was no facts. It was all lies, things that I could not relate to. So I was quiet. And I was looking eyeball to everyone speaking. When it's your turn, I turn. And I'm looking at you. Now being quiet many times confuses your accusers. People who accuse you wrongly. Because at that point, they wouldn't know what is going on in your mind. What are your plans, what you could do, and what you may not be able to do. So I was quiet, but trust me, I wasn't just quiet, I was praying silently because I wasn't sure what the enemy was planning for me. But staying quiet helped me to keep focus. It gave me room to make sure that I understand the context of what was being said. It also gave me room to analyze my situation and find the strength that I needed at that point. Again, being silent removes distraction because you're able to find where they want to distract you from and create room for you to fumble. But because you're quiet, there won't be room for any distraction or people to get away with distraction. Embracing silence helps you to build back strength. Many times when you're harassed, when there is conflict, when there is chaos, you're kind of confused, But if you're able to maintain some level of silence, it will help you to build back your strength and you'll be able to respond positively. Being silent, again, gave me room to listen actively and be able to understand exactly what is being said. Because if they're talking, you're trying to defend yourself, you won't won't be listening. You won't get the real gist. Finally, silence increases your negotiation power. In fact, in this particular matter, I didn't have to negotiate. When they saw that I wasn't bothering, I wasn't saying anything, I kept saying, when you finish talking, I ask you a few questions. Did you say this? Can you explain that? And so I was asking questions calmly. At the end, they expected me to start fretting, begging. I wasn't doing that. When they were done, I was ready to walk out. I just said, are you done? Do you have any letter to this effect? Do you need me to sign the letter? If not, I'm out of this place. But what do you want to do? It's none of your business. I will decide what I want to do when I leave here. Now, at that point, instead of a sack letter, I got a raise. 3 times my package, actually. And this is what I call the power of silence. Now, to my listener, I don't know the challenges that you're into. I don't know the chaos happening around you, but I want you to apply the principle of silence and see how you're able to fly above the turmoil, just like eagle, that will fly very high to be able to get what he deserves. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.